Welcome to Causes of Work Accidents and the Application of Prevention Principles and Techniques training. At the end of this training, participants will have knowledge about the causes of workplace accidents and the application of prevention principles and techniques. By the end of this training, participants will be able to acknowledge what is a workplace accident, the causes of workplace accidents and principles of accident prevention, unsafe behaviors and conditions, near misses, reporting workplace accidents, methods of preventing workplace accidents. By the definition of World Health Organization, work accidents are unplanned events that often result in personal injury, damage to machinery, equipment, and tools, and a temporary halt in production. An event occurring at the workplace or as a result of work that causes death or results in physical or mental impairment. Any incident occurring while the insured person is at the workplace is considered a workplace accident, regardless of whether it is related to the work being performed. Here are some examples. While playing soccer within the premises of the workplace, twisting their ankle while walking during break time, falls while picking fruit from a tree in the garden, getting one's hand caught in a machine, electric shock in any area of the workplace. If the insured person is working independently on behalf of and for the account of the employer in connection with the work being carried out by the employer, any accident that occurs in the course of such work shall be considered a work accident. Here are some examples. Getting their hand caught in a lathe, being burned while welding, being electrocuted while working on an electrical panel, slipping and falling while cleaning. Accidents occurring during periods when the insured person is unable to perform their regular work due to being sent to another location by the employer for work-related purposes are considered work-related accidents. The key consideration here is whether the accident occurred in connection with the task assigned by the employer and whether it occurred during the time required to perform the task. Here are some examples. An insured employee working at a butcher's shop who was hit by a vehicle while outside the workplace to collect meat. An insured individual working at a carpentry workshop sustaining injuries when a piece of wood falls on their foot while installing a kitchen cabinet outside the workplace. An insured employee working in white goods repair, maintenance, and service falls while repairing a refrigerator in a building. According to the labor law, the time spent during breastfeeding leave is considered part of working hours. Accidents such as traffic accidents occurring during the employee's travel to and from the location where the child is present for the purpose of breastfeeding considered as work-related accident. Accidents occurring at home while using daily breastfeeding leave. What is important here is that the employer provides a vehicle and ensures that the insured employees are transported to and from the workplace. A traffic accident occurring while insured employees are being transported from their homes to the workplace in the morning and from the workplace back to their homes in the evening using a minibus rented by the employer or a company-owned service vehicle. Injuries sustained while boarding or alighting from a vehicle that has not come to a complete stop. Any incidents occurring inside the vehicle for any reason. However, accidents occurring while the insured person is traveling to or from the workplace using their own personal vehicle or public transportation such as a minibus, bus, taxi, ferry are not considered work-related accidents. Workplace accidents are highly diverse. They are classified in various ways depending on the manner in which the incident occurs, the nature of the damage resulting from the incident, and the consequences of the accident. Workplace accidents are classified into 3 categories based on their outcomes. First category, accidents classified by the severity of injury. Accidents resulting in minor injuries. Accidents requiring treatment but not resulting in more than 1 day of absence from work. Accidents requiring more than 1 day of absence from work. Accidents resulting in permanent disability. Accidents resulting in death. Another category, accidents classified by type of injury. Head injuries, head, eye, face, neck and spine injuries. Chest, respiratory organ injuries. Hip, knee, and thigh bone injuries. Shoulder, upper arm and elbow injuries. Forearm, wrist, hand and finger injuries. Kneecap, calf, foot injuries. internal organ injuries, accidents causing mental and neurological damage. Other category, according to the type of accident: falls and injuries, falling objects or materials, foreign object entering the eye, burns, machinery-related accidents, accidents involving hand tools, electrical accidents, crush and compression injuries, accidents caused by explosions, accidents caused by contact with hazardous and dangerous substances. Research aimed at preventing workplace accidents first requires the identification of accident causes. This is because the scientific approaches developed to solve problems are only valid for defined events. Since the issue of reducing the potential risks faced by workers in their work environment came to the forefront, numerous theories have been developed to identify the causes of workplace accidents. When accidents are examined, it becomes clear that they occur as a result of 5 basic factors occurring in sequence. These 5 fundamental factors are referred to as the accident chain. Without one of these factors, the next cannot occur, and without the entire chain being complete, there is no accident or injury. It is essential to hear the sound of an accident approaching and take precautions. Accidents don't announce themselves. An accident can be defined as an unexpected, unwanted, and unplanned event that usually results in death, injury, or property damage, or as an event that occurs suddenly after an unknown, unintended occurrence and is beyond control, capable of causing harm to a person's physical integrity or resulting in property damage. To provide some perspective, we will briefly discuss some theories related to accidents: domino theory, epidemiology theory, system theory, combination theory, accident/incident theory, human factors theory. First theory is domino theory. Domino theory is one of the first accident cause theories developed. The theory argues that injuries result from a series of factors. This theory, domino theory, consists of 10 statements defined as industrial safety actions. According to this theory, there are 5 basic factors that lead to accidents. These factors can be listed as follows: genetic and social environment, human error, unsafe actions or physical hazards, accident, injury. Epidemiological theory argues that models used to determine and study the relationship between environmental factors and disease can also be used to explain the causal relationship between environmental factors and accidents. System theory views any situation in which an accident can occur as a system consisting of 3 parts: human, machine, and environment. Combination theory argues that a single theory cannot explain all events on its own. According to the combination theory, the true cause of accidents can be obtained through the combination of 2 or more models. Accident/incident theory is an extension of human factors theory. Additionally, it introduces new elements such as ergonomic deficiencies, decision-making errors, and system failures. Human factors theory links accidents to a chain of events that ultimately result from human error. The theory includes 3 important factors that lead to human error: overload, inappropriate response, and inappropriate actions. From a general perspective, it can be seen that human error is involved in almost every accident. However, this human error is not limited to the person who caused the accident. The concept of human error has generally been used to describe operator errors or mistakes made by injured workers. However, this is only a limited area of human error. The error of a group of people ranging from the architect who designed the factory to the engineer who planned and assembled the machines, from the maintenance and repair workers to the operator, and even the workplace physician may be involved here. Looking at the issue from this broad perspective, some researchers have made the following statement: the fundamental cause behind all accidents is human beings. Approaches in the literature regarding the factors contributing to workplace accidents can be categorized under the following general headings: psychological, physiological, technical factors. Workplace accidents. 88% are caused by unsafe behavior, 10% from unsafe conditions, 2% are caused by unavoidable factors, natural events that cannot be prevented. When examining the manner in which accidents occur, it is evident that 98% of all accidents are preventable. A person's participation in work and the use of production tools to carry out production is proportional to the level of functioning of the respiratory, circulatory, muscular, digestive, secretory, and central nervous systems. The proper functioning of the sensory organs helps ensure that these physiological functions are performed regularly and adequately. By its very nature, the human organism has the ability to perform work at a certain level during the daily work period by expending a certain amount of energy. Overloading the human body with work beyond its physical capacity and work skills leads to fatigue and, as a result, sluggish movements. In the production process, humans who use various tools and equipment and perform measurement, control, and regulation functions are constantly in a state of perception and response. For this reason, it is necessary for the central nervous system and sensory organs of working people to be alert and capable of performing these functions. Due to the natural structure of humans, it is not possible for these abilities to exceed certain measures and limits. As a result of organizing the workload and determining the speed of work without taking into account the physical and mental strength of humans' ability to work in harmony with machines is negatively affected and unsafe behaviors emerge. Unsafe behaviors stem from the physiological and psychological structure of humans and environmental conditions. In working individuals, genetic disorders, organic wear and tear, inadequate ergonomic arrangements, and unhealthy environmental conditions constitute the causes of unsafe behaviors. A lack of balance, underdeveloped muscle strength or certain body parts, or the uneven development of certain limbs, as well as various illnesses that cause wear and tear on the body before entering the workforce, can lead to a lack of ability, poor manual dexterity, and errors and deficiencies that prevent the smooth functioning of all body movements controlled by the nervous system, all of which contribute to the emergence of unsafe behaviors. If the work assigned to a person involved in the production process exceeds their physical strength and mental capacity, if the work routine is monotonous in a way that causes distraction and carelessness, or if there is organic strain due to insufficient food energy for the work being done, unsafe behavior and work accidents will inevitably occur. The fact that a person has not received the necessary and sufficient training for the work he is required to do, or has not acquired sufficient skills and experience that the work he does seems dirty, difficult, or unpleasant to him, and that the work is assigned without taking into account the personality characteristics of the employee, leads to unsafe behavior and causes work accidents. The personality, physiological, and psychological structure of the worker, workload, nature of the work and working methods, as well as physical and chemical factors in the workplace environment cause unsafe behaviors. Environmental conditions, which vary depending on the type of work environment and the nature of the work being performed, can temporarily or permanently affect the health of workers. Noise, vibration, lighting, temperature hot or cold of the work environment, humidity and dust levels in the air, gases emitted into the air from chemicals, and constant exposure to chemicals are examples of physical and chemical factors. The working conditions that affect employees in the workplace generally consist of factors such as temperature, humidity, steam, dust, light, noise, vibration, toxic liquids and solids, atmospheric pressure, and ionizing radiation. Chemical agents that alter the physical composition of the environment to make it unsuitable for normal living generally mix with the work environment through the air, food, or parts of the worker's body that come into contact with the external environment. Changes in the chemical composition of the working environment may result from chemical substances used or found in the workplace, such as solvents, paints, and various dusts, as well as from certain physical phenomena, such as ozone from ultraviolet rays and radon from radioactive particles. Negative physical and chemical factors in the work environment, such as temperature, humidity, air currents, inadequate lighting, noise, and polluted air, cause fatigue, distraction, sluggish movements, and sensory impairment in workers, leading to unsafe behavior. The workplace is not just an environment where machines are located, but also an environment where people operate, repair, and continuously maintain and inspect these machines. Therefore, the physical and chemical factors mentioned above in the workplace not only harm the health of workers, but also cause them to lose their organic abilities in the long term. In such an environment, workplace accidents are always a possibility. Without addressing these conditions, preventing workplace accidents is not feasible. Here are some unsafe behaviors: removing machine guards, working at dangerous speeds, performing tasks outside of job responsibilities, failure to follow work discipline, using machines not suitable for the job, being in a dangerous area without authorization or permission, failure to use personal protective equipment, driving a vehicle without a license or at a dangerous speed. In addition to unsafe behavior, unsafe conditions in the workplace are one of the primary causes of workplace accidents. Unsafe conditions in the workplace arise from many factors, ranging from the quality of the technology and production tools used in the production process, to irregularities in work, lack of maintenance and controls, audit and management errors, and unhealthy environmental conditions. If any tools, equipment, or machinery used in the production process are not suitable for the skills of the workers, if the protective devices of machines and workbenches are missing, if their indicators are not easy to read and understand, if the control mechanisms are not safe and easy to use, if maintenance and inspections are not carried out on time and as required, or if they are used for purposes other than their intended use or beyond their capacity, unsafe conditions and workplace accidents are inevitable. The adverse physical and chemical factors in the workplace, which create environmental conditions that affect workers, not only contribute to unsafe behavior but also constitute the primary cause of unsafe conditions in the workplace. Here are some unsafe conditions: unhinged electrical machines, hand tools not suitable for the job, pressure machines without proper inspection and testing, stacking at dangerous heights, uncovered openings, workplace disorganization, machine benches without guards, improper planning of machinery and equipment to be used in the workplace, insufficient lighting, ventilation, and heating, inappropriate personal protective equipment, slippery and slash or uneven floors, disorganized and poorly maintained work environment, inadequate machine guards. Near-miss incident is an incident that occurs at the workplace that has the potential to cause harm to employees, the workplace, or work equipment but does not result in actual harm. Near-miss incident, this is the most important factor in preventing workplace accidents. If near misses are reported in time and measures are taken, most workplace accidents can be prevented. We must not forget, in the event of an accident or illness, workers pay the highest price, their lives or their health. To work in a healthy and safe environment and to protect our health and safety, we must first fully fulfill our own responsibilities and continuously act in accordance with a health and safety culture.